sit in the bunk bed. I have to sit like this. Imagine how uncomfortable that is to pump. Like, that's how I'm literally sitting in the bunk bed to pump my breast. So it's the very first time I'm in there alone. These people like have not snapped off on me for the day. I'm like, this is gonna be a good day. I swear to God to you, not 3 minutes after I put on my little show and sat there to start getting my pump stuff and everything set up. Mind you, I had an appointment in the morning and I needed to be ready for the appointment. While also folding all of my clothes still in the dryer, and I wanted to run and grab coffee with Xavier. I don't eat there. I can't really like do chores in the morning. I have visits in Maywood every 3 days a week, 4 days a week, and other things to do, and I leave early. I don't eat there. But there's 30 people there who are eating, drinking coffee, you know, doing their thing. And the shelter staff won't allow common sense to take over. It's just wild, you guys. So as soon as I like lean back and like stretch my spine, and I have the little, my extra phone playing Modern Family or something, and boom, the door slams open and there's the staff, and she's like, Heather, you need to do the dishes. And she walks out. This is not a normal amount of dishes. I'm going to post it in a minute. It's like those trastes, you know, that you use in restaurants when you're bussing tables. And it's an industrial ass sink. Like, they're not playing games there. There's like enough dishes for, you know, a restaurant full of people. And no one is paying me. I don't get an hourly wage. They've been human trafficking me literally for 5-10 years now. I don't mind doing dishes, you guys. I don't mind mopping floors. How about let it be in my own home with my own children? How about that? You know, I've been looking for jobs like it is my job. For 5 years, I've been looking for jobs. 5 years. The last 20 jobs I've gotten, I've been harassed out of them within the first 4 weeks. If you've been here, then you know. If you know, then you know. So no one has still corrected or resolved the situation. They just keep moving us around. At Hotel Tremont, which was a homeless shelter, they literally told us the same thing, that we would get a caseworker, they would help us with job placement. And it's bullshit. I have a fantastic resume, numerous letters of recommendation. I apply regularly. No one lets me work. They don't let me work. Like, these people are stalking me. If I get a job, they call my boss and say, Heather does this, 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 and this, none of which is true. And here's the thing about drama at work. No one fucking wants it, and no one's going to put up with it. So maybe one call, they're like, well, whatever, it's a hater. 2 calls, 3 calls, 4 calls, 5 calls, your boss is like, it's not worth the trouble, you know? And that is harassment, that is slander, that is degrading, derogatory, intentional, abusive behavior against me that's preventing me from getting my own. And if I get my own, no one can control me anymore. And what happened to projects? Like, I know I'm not the only person in the world that's never had a job and needed somewhere to live. You know, what about all the whole entire population of people who lived in projects? They don't have that anymore, so apparently. You know, apparently now, if you're me or anyone like me, it's acceptable for you to just be thrown into the street and then maybe helped by a shelter when they feel like it. This is America in 2024. On top of that, you know, they have my baby unlawfully. I'm letting you know, unlawfully. Unlawfully. Like, these people should be in prison for kidnapping. So I keep on documenting. I keep on, you know, dotting my I's and crossing my T's, praying for vindication. Not vengeance, vindication. You know, they're not just hurting me, they're hurting a whole generation. You know, I have 4 children, and they're watching, and their friends are watching, and the followers are watching, and everyone is watching. And the way that this situation has been handled for so long, I go everywhere. I tell everyone. I tell my waxer, I tell my tanner, I tell my hairstylist, I tell the nail person, I tell the shelter staff, I tell the clerk at the store, I tell the grocery store people, I tell the therapist, I tell everyone what the fuck they're doing to me. Everyone. And I always have been that way. So what excuse do they have now for not assisting me in any way going into our 5th year? So long story short, I asked Xavier, I'm like, you need to help me with all these fucking groceries. I mean, with all these dishes, you know? I'm over here trying to make my life better, and being surrounded with people who get high on a regular basis and get fucked up I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't do that. I don't engage in that, and I don't want it around me. And that should be my right. How the fuck are they opening up shelter doors to people to come and get high and leave and get high and just come back whenever the fuck they want? I don't understand it. You know, not for the life of me. And I've been a tax-paying citizen since I was 14 years old. So at Hotel Tremont, which was a shelter, a boutique shelter, where we were told literally you'll be here for 6 months, and from here you'll get your own townhome or apartment. 6 months would have been this month. At 4.5 months they lost their funding, but only for Xavier and I. Everyone else on our floor got an apartment. Every single other person, single men, young guys, older men and women, a few couples, they all got their places, they all got their apartments. It almost seems like you, for these people to help you, have got to be either violating the law, accused of violating the law before, or coming out of prison for violating the law, or a crackhead. That's what it seems like. You know, I don't do any of that shit, and I have 4 kids, and they just keep pushing back on the time that they're going to help. We're at the 6-month period, and now we're at a new shelter. So ironically, and that's after they made us sleep on the sidewalk for 2 weeks in front of a store called Rag and Bone, where Xavier got attacked and punched 3 times in the head for no reason. They literally, I was asleep, Xavier was sitting next to me, and some man just unprovoked ran up to him and started punching him in the head. It's fucking disgusting out here. You know, it's absolutely disgusting. I have no criminal record. I don't do drugs. I'm educated. You tell me why I'm not getting hired. You tell me why law enforcement hasn't been able to help me, because there is no reason. You know, and they make me quiet when they want me to quiet, and then they make me, this could have all been resolved very easily. So I ask you, who has something to gain by not allowing resolution? You know, it would have been a lot cheaper for me to be assisted back in 2018-19. They had an internal affairs case that proved that a detective, David Shepard, was literally extorting me into being around certain people. That there was a whole other group listening on a recorded line for the state of Illinois. Excuse me. So, you know, I'll ask the same question that I've been asking this entire time. When do I get my life back? Because my youngest daughter was a freshman when this began. She graduated high school this year. You know? Every single time they start fucking with me again, my ex, Alexis's dad, goes, "You're going down again." What the fuck does that mean, I'm going down? What do you know that I don't know? Going down where? I don't use drugs. I don't attend parties. I don't do shit. Nothing in my life changes other than the physical setting that they put me in. That's the only thing. I'm not going down. I'm not changing. I'm not committing crimes. I'm not doing anything wrong. What the fuck about me is going down? You know, make it make sense. And then he says, you have to call our daughter through my phone. And I call and he stops picking up. Mind you, I have custody of all 3 of my children. Please make this make sense for me. I've been calling lawyers for 5, 6, 7 years. I told you guys, my own personal lawyer, Nick Albuquerque, in 2019 told me, Heather, you need to get your children and flee the state. What the fuck does that mean? What did he know that I didn't know, and why is he an administrative law judge now? I swear to God, on my life, that man, those were his exact words.